have the Dr. Valentina Salapura from Google. We're going to interview her. It's an honor to have you here. So.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm honored to be here with you.
Okay, great. So we have a couple of questions about the couple of categories. First of all, we want to know what is the measure of success in industry. You're so much successful in the industry. So could you share your opinion?
So comparing measure of success in industry versus in academia, in industry there's much less focus on publishing, much more focus on solving industry problems and developing product, developing next computing system, and or improving existing ones, solving the problems that industry is approaching. Much less focus on actually publishing that research work.
Mm-hmm. So then, what are the differences between work culture in academia and industry?
So industry is tackling complex and large problems, and as a nature of the work, you have to assign a team, and communication and collaboration between those large teams and within the team becomes extremely important for success of any project.
Mm-hmm. So then, what kind of mentoring options are there for a new person entering the industry?
So many companies have, when you enter industry, many companies have so-called onboarding bodies or your peers assigned to you to help you in those initial months to navigate the company and to understand its culture. Later on, there are many companies have mentoring projects. If your company does not have it, ask your manager, and they will be really happy to assign somebody, to find somebody who's a good fit for you to help you out in those initial months. But also later, look to have a mentor, at least one mentor. You can have multiple mentors. If it's not official program, you can again ask your manager to recommend somebody who would be a good mentor for you, or you can approach directly somebody who you really admire and like, and ask them to be your mentor, and they will most likely be thrilled to happy to help you.
Sounds great. So then, what is your vision, your own vision? So you don't need to worry about the company, so your vision for this field?
So my own vision is, I think we live in an amazing time for our field. It is such an influential field. We are literally changing society, how we live and how we work with huge computing systems which are now available. So cloud computing, huge data centers, they literally changed every aspect of our life, how we work and how we socialize with social media and with internet being available. Our all private and work data are actually in some remote cloud in a data center. We expect to be connected to internet everywhere, anytime. And if there's a slightest disturbance, we're very upset. So this trend will just continue with always more innovative computing systems, more AI, more machine learning. But as they say, with great power comes great responsibility. We are responsible as engineers developing these systems to develop them to be secure, to protect people, to develop them to be ethical and morally responsible, and to prevent any abuse.
Right. Privacy and security are very important problems these days. That's great. Okay, so then how do you select research questions or projects?
Since working in industry, actually projects and questions find you, because usually industry hits some limits and there's a problem which is really complicated and cannot be easily resolved. So such problems are, have to be worked on, have to be looked into, and we have to find a solution for them. And to find a solution for a problem requires often a lot of innovation.
So mostly in the industry,
problems come to you.
Yeah,
problem comes to you. Yeah, problems choose you.
So then you should do a lot of collaborations with academia. Then what do you think? How we can improve academia and industry collaborations?
I think that industry and academia have to work very, very closely together, and we have to collaborate tightly, because I think of us as two sides of the same field. Academia is educating next generation researchers, next generation engineers, and they will come into industry. And also to keep this tight connection, industry has to share the problems we have with academia, so that academia can do more exploratory research, which will then inspire industry.
This is my personal question, speaking of these questions. So what kind of skill sets do you expect from the students? So what do we need to teach them to be successful in your team or your group?
So students usually come, if they are coming from great schools, they usually come with a very good knowledge of many technical areas and have a good set of skills. What I really appreciate in students is their enthusiasm and their willingness to explore. Also, I appreciate them for having their own ideas and not being kind of too shy on expressing them, because this is this diversity of thinking which kind of explores what can be what we should consider of experimenting or trying out. So I would say willingness to do the work and enthusiasm are huge kind of new fuel coming forward.
That's great answer. I remember in
Technical University in Vienna in Austria, when I started my career, I started as assistant professor and was and I was assistant professor there for 5 years.
And then how did you choose to be instructor?
So I visited, I joined IBM TJ Watson Research Lab as a visiting scientist. And at the moment when I came, there was this project, BlueGene, building the largest supercomputer, next generation supercomputer. It was just starting, and I was just enjoying the huge scale of the project and variety of problems available. I enjoyed it so much that I made the switch to industry, and I didn't look back since then. I stayed there. See, I wanted to be a professor my whole life and be in academia, and only after 5 years I found that I enjoy something else more. So, yeah.
Okay, life changes. Right?
Life changes.
Yeah, you don't know. Okay, so then this is more like a personal question. So I believe many students are curious about it. So what does the industry persons do in daily life? What is your daily life and routines?
So pandemic changed how we work. So many companies now have these remote kind of arrangements where people don't come to office at all. Also, they have this hybrid arrangement. I'm coming to office a couple of days per week, 2 days per week consistently, and I enjoy both working from home and working in the office. When you are in the office, then you of course I make a point to work in person with my team, with my colleagues, because that's very much nicer interaction in person than only on Zoom calls. And then for kind of routine for the students, we have to learn to maintain our physical self in order to be healthy and to do our most productive work. So wellness is kind of very large for me, meaning the physical exercise, connection with nature, socialization with family and with friends, maintaining those social circles. It's very important for me. So,
in your busy life, how do you find time?
Okay, I'm a super engineer. I schedule everything. You have to find the time in day that works for you. So you have to find what works for you and integrate it in your life, and do it without excuses. And if you need to be more accountable, then you don't go hiking alone, for example, or you don't go working out alone, but you go with a friend.
Right.
So if you don't come, your friend will be angry. So you can kind of excuse yourself once, but so you have to plan it as any project, right? When I'm doing my workout session, when I'm meeting my friends, and kind of check my calendar. I can
projects.
Make it is. We have those organizational skills.
Right.
I know, so I don't like to see my friends too often, but also not too seldom. So it's all
true.
to schedule.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so then this is the last question. So what is your personal goal, life goal?
My personal life goals are to do good, to help the planet, to be kind, to help people, and to have fun while doing that.
Have fun is most important part, actually.
Have fun is a very important part.
Right.
And all these other parts are also very important. Helping people, doing
Right,
good,
right.
makes us feel happier. It's scientifically proven. It makes us happy. And without having fun, you will not be successful
Right.
in your work. When I'm looking for a project that I will work next, then I'm thinking, hey, will this be exciting? And is this something that I have not done before that will kind of expand my boundaries, stretch the limits? So if I feel uncomfortable, I should probably do it, just like with this interview.
This is your challenge.
It's my challenge.
Okay. Great answers. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for your
Sudan,
time.
for having me.
Yeah.
I love this. Thank you.